Stop copying others and trying to get exact results as them. Okay, let me give an example on this before we jump deep in the topic. I'm gonna give an example on a guy named Dave for instance. And Dave wants to be, let's say he wants to be a musician, and he decides to copy a musician, let's say a world-class musician. He wants to copy the world-class musician. He wants to do exactly what he does. He wants to, like, exactly his body movements in the stage, his exactly the way he sings, the way he moves, the way he dresses, the way he looks. Like, he just want to copy him and be exactly like him. And Dave did all that, and he kept on wondering why he isn't getting where he wants to be, why he isn't being at the level of this musician he wants to be like, his idol. Okay, the person he looks up to a specific musician. He copies exactly what he wants to do. He copies exactly the musician, but he can't get to his level. Why is that? What Dave doesn't know is that he can't outclass the number one if he's trying to copy what the number one is. Like, you can't take the number one to the number two if you're trying to be exactly number one. The highest thing that can actually be is you guys will be exactly the same, but it will always have something better than you. What Dave should have done is he should have collected ideas from him and put something like his own self, like his own attributes to these things. He shouldn't have copied exactly what this musician did. He should have added his own attributes, have added Dave's attributes to this, and that could have helped him outclass his idol. Could have helped him outclass the person he looks up to. Everybody always looks at the number one person. So everybody wants to be in the number one group. You can't be in the number one if you're trying to copy exactly what that very top person is. You have to join that place by creating your own brand. You have to join that place by creating your own thing, the thing that gives you an identity. And you can't get to that 1% by trying to copy just exactly what that person is doing. You won't get there, because at the end it will all go back to that number. If you try to copy this person, all the credits will always go back to this person. It will always go back to that number one person. So what you should do, what I believe you should do, is to create your own brand, or like create your own thing, the thing that makes you special. Nobody remember. Don't strive to become number two. Don't just strive to become the second in command. Try to become the best number one. Okay, let's. You know who the fastest man in the world, right? Is Usain Bolt. Who's the second fastest? Who cares? Nobody cares about the second fastest. Just the fastest. Just the first person. That's all. Nothing else. Just the first person. That's all everybody cares about. So I think the best thing to do is to strive to get to the top 1%, but don't actually do each and everything. Okay, let me give an instance now on the YouTuber. Let's say Iman Gadzi. Let's say he's a top 1% man. Will you want to like just like Iman Gadzi and do this exactly and do exactly that? No, like, you create something different from him. You can copy some things or some attributes that you know he can help you, but you don't actually have to try to be exactly the way he is. You have to make it about yourself. Get some attributes from him, make it about yourself, then use that to grow. And that's where you have a chance of actually outclassing him. If you try to, you can't outshine the master. That's just a rule. You can't outshine the master. You have to become your own master to outshine another master. You can't outshine a master by being a follower. So, best thing to do, we could go through that trials and tribulations of working and thinking and just going through pain before you get to the level you want to get to. Because that's what they did to get to that 1%. And you can't skip everything and get to that 1% without going through that time of trial and tribulation. So you have to go through that pain before you get there. and if possible, you can outclass them and grow faster than them. Keep striving for greatness.